My recording is not starting here. Okay. Yeah, let me present the screen. There is slight lag. So you can understand the concept of automation as well as ergonomics also, how the plants are ergonomically well designed so that fatigue can be reduced and efficiency can be increased. So that was a welding, a robotic welding. The elbow caps are provided. Elbow caps. Now this is a smoke. So for the smokes, due to the welding, there is proper ducting and chimneys are provided. This is just for locating robos, and then this is clamping this particular fixture. So the two components can be done at a time. Even the ladies worker are also working in these plants with the same efficiency. These are called as the pneumatic runners. So it should be light, and the gloves are provided to protect the palms or the hands. This is a dashboard. See, now the workers, they are able to work comfortably in standing position. So this is how the workstations are designed, considering the average height. These are called as the overhead conveyors, and this is a perfect alignment is achieved. This has to align properly. This is a buffing wheel, and it has to be light. See, the aprons are provided, gloves are provided. So mostly this is assembly in foreign countries is overhead. Overhead conveyors are used for picking and placing the clamps which are designed. There are vacuum clamps so that there are no marks produced and damages are nil, because in vehicle assembly line aesthetic is very important. Aesthetic, see, this should be light and freely it should be able to travel, because we are talking about 200-300 vehicles in 8 hours. See, without looking at the controls, he is able to handle, he is able to operate the buttons. That is what is your ergonomics is. He doesn't have to search where the button is and what for the button is. Just like a blind person, just like a blind man, he is, this is your windshield, placing of the windshield. Again, it is, all these are vacuum pads are there, vacuum pads. So there are no marks. See, this is your push. Again, that was a vacuum in order to avoid the marks on the components. And these are all push fit type of components, push fit. So that tightening, screwing, efforts in screwing and efforts in tightenings are reduced. So as far as possible, push fit type of components are used as far as possible. See, these are again overhead conveyors. Now the complete body is being traveled overhead. See the height and see the flooring. This type of flooring, it reduces the effort. I mean, it reduces the fatigue also. See the cleanliness. See how the pedestal fans are provided in order to make the environment pleasant, and of course the clean air is provided. Clean air, it's not a dirty air. Hygiene in foreign countries, hygiene is most important, especially in European countries. Hygiene, health and safety are most important. See how the body is lifted so that the peoples can work, and that's why the height and that anthropometric data is important, so that height, work workstation height can be adjusted and can be designed accordingly. There is no bending, there is no bending at the back, no bending of the neck, nothing. See how comfortably they are working. Now this fellow was tall, so for him it's slightly difficult. So that's why that anthropometric data and analysis is important. See how light it is. See now, see the reach is quite difficult. So they have designed in such a way that there is no fatigue to the operator. This is called the marriage of the body and the chassis. So they have to perfectly align. So chassis is getting married to the, see how the tire wheel is located on cylinder. This is your runner. See now, these are six spindle runner. That means six nuts are getting tightened at a time. So the productivity is increased. And remember, this 6-speed runner, this tool has to be very light. So earlier we used to tighten one nut, one bolt at a time. So now six nuts and bolts are tightened at a time. So that increases the C. It has to be light also, isn't it? Because he has been doing for a shift and for 6 days a week. So it should not be strainful to him. So this is ergonomics, and this is what is ergonomic design is. In this type of assemblies, the workers, they move along with the component. So now this conveyor is moving, this vehicle is moving, so the person has to move along with this, and moment he finishes, then he comes back to his next station, next car. So the speed is important. So speed of the conveyor and the speed of the worker should match. So that's why ergonomic plays very important role. They should be able to work comfortably with the speed. So if I want to increase the speed, I can increase the speed of the conveyor. But then the worker also should be able to work at that speed. Many times they don't look, their hand and ergonomic are designed in such a way that he just takes hand and he pulls that six spindle runner, he just places it. Even a small spot or scratch is not allowed. See how many people are inspecting. See, you can see there is no wristwatch, there is no belt, there is no chain, nothing. Nothing is allowed to wear. No wristwatch, no rings in the finger. So this is a quality checks. Then it goes for the shower test, road test. Shower test means it is checking whether water will leak. So the vehicle is showered up, like in monsoon, water should not. Now this is your, brake testing, wheel alignment testing, brake testing, roller testing. So the how fast the brakes can be applied. This is delivery, dispatch. See how again this has to be ergonomically designed. So that there are no damages. Loading and unloading is also proper. So these are all hydraulically, operated. This loading and unloading. You have to take care. Like suppose if there are now slopes, hills, as well as if there is a slope, that is if there is a upward slope and if there is a downward slope, so that time this vehicle should not fall down, you know. So accordingly this has to be designed. नहीं तो घाट पे पूरा सब गाड़ी पीछे आ जाएगा तो it will cause an accident. I'll show one more video. Ergonomics in that plant is really superb. So that is Volkswagen. See now here you will notice that the flooring is completely made up of wooden, because scientifically it is proven that wood, see look at the wooden flooring. Scientifically it is proven that wooden flooring reduces the fatigue like anything. Fatigue level is reduced quite a lot. See this is all completely it is wooden flooring. Again these are overhead conveyors. See how the height is designed, workplace height. These are called as the workstation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is what is your assembly line is. So here the components are moving. Okay, so the workstations are moving, and the person or the worker he has to move along with the conveyor. Okay, so he once he finishes his task, then he has to come to his next workstation. See now this will come here, okay, and next vehicle will come here. See how comfortably they are assembling. Even these heights are also adjustable. These are telescopic. So if some persons, if they are tall, then workstation height can be taken up. So these are telescopic height adjustment devices here. 1, 2, 3, like our aerial, जो कार का aerial रहता है, that goes inside one another. Similarly, this height also can be adjusted. Even the workstations are designed in such a way that they can be rotated at an angle also. So this is a provision to tilt the vehicle at the desired angle. So the reach at any place, at any location is possible comfortably. Usually foreign countries, they believe in standing work culture, whereas in ours, people will always try to look when he gets to sit. As far as possible, they will try to sit in our culture. See now the entire dashboard, entire dashboard assembly is pushed inside at one go. So there will be a separate sub-assembly workstation for the dashboard. These are the conveyors, AGVs, like a trams. So these are called as the automatic guided vehicles. Like we had a trams, now also we have trams. So it will move in fixed dedicated paths. These are your overhead conveyors. This is called the marriage. It has to be perfectly aligned. See, there is no strain on the body at all. No strain. So sometimes there can be two people working in a workstation, or can be one single person, or can be four people if it is tire mounting. The headlights, push fit type. No screws, no bolts. Now this is quite inside, so he has used a long Tommy, for tightening, and this is what is your pneumatic runner. So this has to be properly, designed so that it is lightweight. Again, this is a push fit, Volkswagen का logo. Only the spec is allowed. See now how the tire mounting will be done. Earlier it was manual, so now it is completely automatic. So this will increase the cost of the product. Totally, you know, human. There is no human intervention. It is properly. It is lifted, turned, and aligned also properly. This is for the spare. That is spare wheel. Is kept in the DP. See now these are the vacuum grippers so that there will not be any marks. These are vacuum four vacuum pads are provided. Seat assembly. No bending. See how easily they have picked up, and now this person is sitting comfortably and doing the assembly. Smiling. Belts. Fitment of steering wheel. See there the gloves also, see the gloves are so clean and they are washed daily. This is your pneumatic runner. Whenever you are designing pneumatic runner, you have to see that it is lightweight. Logo Volkswagen का. Even their clothes also they have to wash, daily and change every day. It looks like a mirror only. Some controls in the door. Now here some bending is there. Okay. So that has not been taken care of. See their fingers, the working fingers are exposed. See, have you seen the ergonomic design of the gloves? So these fingers, which are used frequently, are exposed. The use of trolleys. Nowhere you will see that the people are bending and they are working in a hazardous or uncomfortable environment. Nowhere you will see. This is slightly risky, the stopping of the trolley, because the flooring is so smooth that he has to spend some effort, he has to put some efforts for stopping the trolley. Finally, Look at the finish. We can see your face. Now it will go for the different testings. Headlight checking, light checking, luminous, and then brake test, roll testing, shower testing, road test, etc. etc. This is also kind of a test. All right. So I have shared links in the classroom, so you can please refer to those links. Only what you have to click at the links. And any doubt if you have, you can always discuss with me. In productivity measures also, see, there are partial productivity, total factor productivity, and multi-factor productivity. Productivity, work measurement, uh, time and motion study. So everything is, there. The links are provided. Like micro motion and macro motion study. I had asked the questions. What are the symbols which are used? Important from examination point of view. Most will be discussing today. Time study. What are the allowances and standard time? How to calculate the. Earlier there used to be numerical on this, but now in the syllabus there is human resource management also. It's a combination of two subjects. Human resource management is also included, so that's why the numericals are not there. Otherwise, there was compulsorily one numerical on time study, that is how to calculate the standard time. So there are different types of time: observed time, normal time. What are the different allowances, and then how to calculate the time. So you want to know, you can go through this, but then from examination point of view, there will not be any numerical. In rating factor, normal time example, what are the different type of rating? How to rate? But this I have covered up in a better way from the book. So already I have given more from the book. I have already taught more from the book, that is OP Khanna. Then job evaluation methods and merit rating. What are the different methods? There is a term called the CPM PERT, that is critical path method and PERT is nothing but program evaluation review technique. So both these methods are used for calculating the time required to complete the task or to complete the project. CPM as well as PERT. Again, you have in job evaluation also, you can go through this. What is the purpose? What are the methods? Ranking methods. So this also we have done grading method, point rating. This also we have done from OP Khanna. Wage and wage incentive plans. In industry, this is most important. That is incentive, because the people earns a lot due to incentive. So this is one of the motivation. This is one of the motivation for the people or for the staff to work hard. Then value analysis. Ergonomics is complete. Module 2 is ergonomics. So the weightage for the ergonomics is around 5 to 10 marks. For any change, there will be always a resistance. So that will be always in the beginning. But slowly, that resistance will reduce and people will cooperate. Of course, nowadays the management is strong, so the people do not resist. Earlier, in 80s and 90s, the unions were very strong. So the management has to obey whatever the workers are saying, because the union was very strong. The union leader, if he says the plant will be closed, within an hour the plant will be shut. But now the management is strong. Not only strong, now even the peoples also know that multiscaling का जमाना है. Multiscaling, that is, as I told, that previously if a worker is doing drilling, then he'll only do drilling only, and that also the workpiece he will not lift, he will not load the workpiece, he will not unload the workpiece. There has to be one, you have to give, the supervisor has to give one person to him for loading and unloading. He will simply operate the machines. That's all. That is, loading and unloading will be done by somebody else. So he'll simply operate the machine. Start spindle, stop the spindle. Drill grinding also he will not do. But now he knows. Now he does everything. Loading bolo, unloading bolo, drill grinding only. Not only working on drilling machine. Multiscaling में तो he will work on lathe machine also, he will work on milling machine also, because the demand is like that. If he only says that I will only do the drilling, he will not get job anywhere. Because nowadays even the helpers, they do the welding and they do the machining type of jobs. So this was for your fast. I think everybody has written this, and in the unit test 1, and everybody has, most of them, they have given this example of mouse trap. But I don't know how many of you have really understood, uh, or it was just ratta. What are the factors affecting human behavior that we are going to see in module 4. memory, logical reasoning, individual factors, job factors, organization management, uh, and most important is that esteem, that is respect. That is one of the important factor. That respect. Many people's they value respect. That if they get respect, then they are happy. For them, many times the money doesn't matter. So that is also one of the factor affecting the human behavior. This we have covered a lot. Workplace design, static dimension, dynamic dimensions, conversion, how to use the anthropometric data, workspaces for the seated uh, person, design of the work surfaces, normal and maximum, horizontal and slanting work surface, work surface height for the sitting people, for the standing peoples, what should be the arm posture, what should be the thigh clearance, standing के लिए. So this, what is the effect on this? This we have covered up quite exhaustively. How the visual display should be, how the hand control should be, how the controls on the panel, how to use hands as well as feet for controlling. So we have covered exhaustively. How the office design should be. Again, same, this is the office design. I'm clicking at the same link, sorry. Workplace safety is again important. So these are some set of rules for workspace design. No set cubicle space, more collaborative space, health is wealth. Then you should have good illumination, good interiors. These are some aspects of the workplace design. So the links has been given. This is for the office, how the windows should be, what should be the furnishings, how should be their arrangements. Mostly the skin diseases are common and the lung diseases are common. So that care has to be taken care. Same, this is workplace design for the office series. So if the workplace is designed properly, then your employees also remain engaged. It should be flexible, future focused design, blended activity based design, multi-purpose, should be lounges, shrinkable personal workspaces. Now that concept is shrinkable or foldable. So that is again an emerging concept. How to make a foldable workplaces. Like you have foldable tables, you have foldable tanks, 2000 liters per tank, 2500 liters per tank, foldable. Uh, no leakage, pressure tested, appeal, aesthetic, all that plays important role for increasing the efficiency. So there is a complete manual for your occupational health. What are the occupational diseases? What are work-related diseases? uh, what the trainees, what the regular employees do. So whenever you go for internship, especially in big companies, there you have to sign the agreement on the very first day, that is before you join. So there you are declaring that you will take care of yourself while going on the shop floor. You will always use safety equipment, helmet, gloves, safety shoes, and if anything happens, then you are the sole responsible. So sort of a declaration and agreement you have to make. And here it is, development of HR, human resources department. So how the evolution takes place. Even though it was lately arrived in India, it is now well settled, especially in big MNCs. As I told, even now the HR department, they are also recruiting the engineers, so that he understands the technical problem. And remember, there is a difference between personal department and human resource management. Personal management and human resource management. Like personal management, it's a short term. Here it is long term. So this we will discuss how this personal management is different than human resource management. How the evolution of human resource takes place. What are the functions of HRD, activities of HRD? What is virtual HR? Virtual HR refers to the process of providing a range of options through the use of various type of technology to employees in order to connect them with HR services. E-recruitment is very common in last 1 year. also called as the online recruitment, refers to the use of web-based technology for the various processes of attracting, assessing, selecting, recruiting, and onboarding job candidates. And in over 1.5 years, this e-recruitment is very common. So before we go to the module 3, I just wanted to discuss this most, and the weightage is around 5 marks for this. And this is the latest technique which is followed in many industries. If you want to study this OSHA, that is Occupational Safety and Health Administration, so one manual link for the manual is also given, as well as this presentation is also there. So once we complete, then we will go through this OSHA, because this is again important, 5 marks. So let's talk about most. So you know work measurement and standards. Is something called as MT1, MT2, and MT3. That is, methods and time measurement 1, 2, and 3. Initially, it was 1, then 2, and then 3. That is slowly, you know, it was evolved. So in MT1, turblicks which were used was release, reach, grabs, move, position. In MTM2, in addition to this, get and put was also used. In MTM3, again, one more turblick was used, that is handle. Then this is a conversion, that is time to analyze the job, that is 250 into cycle time, 100 into cycle time. This will come to know slowly. Then the unit for measurement is TMU. So this is an extension for predetermined motion time system, that is PMTS, and it was developed by Maynard and company, which was owned by Mr. Maynard. So it is based on MTM, that is method time measurement, and basically it is used for mass production activities. The movement of objects follows consistently repeating patterns. That is, whenever mass production means what? Whenever there is a repetition. So repeated patterns in the sequence of MTM have been consolidated. Advantages of PMTS is predetermined motion time system. Most is an advanced version of PMTS. What are the advantages? of PMTS that it eliminates the need for subjective performance rating. There is no need of subjective performance rating. PMTS is easy to learn and apply, and it allows for simulation and forecasting. Whereas the disadvantage of PMTS is that those who are unfamiliar with the work measurement technique, those who are not trained, for them the data can be misleading. Now, what are the features of MOST, that is Maynard Operation Sequence Techniques? It reduces your application time. It is very, very accurate, easy to learn and use. You have to just refer the charts. Paperwork is minimum. It is, as I said, that it is accurate and it is consistent also. That is, every time you will get the same result. And the basic task is that it will encourage the method improvement. It can be used in wide variety of industries where the mass repeated activities are being performed. There are types of MOST. So one is basic MOST, then is admin MOST, then general MOST. So what is basic MOST is? This is most commonly used and it is typically used for activities which takes time from few seconds to 10 minutes. As well as it is used basic MOST, मतलब MOST का type से. MOST is very important from your examination point of view. MOST का type से. We are discussing basic MOST. So basic MOST में क्या है? When the basic MOST is used, that is where the activities take few seconds to approximately 10 minutes. This type of activities. It is also used where repetitive and non-repetitive activities are there. Then you have another type of MOST, that is called the admin MOST. So admin MOST is a version of basic MOST that focuses on analyzing administrative and clerical activities. Like time study is not necessarily only for the shop floor people, it can be even for the office people also. Like making purchase order, making bills, even sometimes taking Xerox. Only thing that it should be repetitive activities. Now the unit for Viva question. What is one TMU? That is TMU ka full form is time measurement units. So one TMU is equal to 0.036 seconds. See, 0.036, that is multiplied by 1000. So 36 milliseconds. The list count is 36 milliseconds. Now we can read up to 1 milliseconds. So the activities in MOST or in basic MOST, they are classified under 3 categories. That is general move, control move, tool use. Okay. And what is the sequence in general move? ABG, ABPA. That is what is A stands for. You'll come to know. A stands for action distance, B stands for body motion, G stands for gain control, and P stands for placement. Action distance means from how much distance, through how much distance the person has to walk. And what is his body motion? Whether he is really walking or it is just only hand movements. Action distance, not necessarily that he has to walk, it can be hand movement also. Then gain control. Gain control means he is picking up. He is picking up that material. That is what is called the gain control. Like tire. He's picking up the tire and placing the tire, or dashboard, whatever you saw. So he's picking up the dashboard and placing. So P for the placement. Then control move. Control move is given like this sequence. ABG, you will understand this sequence when you will take example. ABG, MXI, A. So move control means like if you are using any tool, that is pneumatic runner, or you have also seen the robots for placement, for keeping the component. So that is called the control move, means there is a control over the movements. Process time, what is the time required? Alignment, many times I told you, marriage of chassis and body, marriage of tire. Then tool use, this is a sequence. What is the tool? Uh, F stands for fastening, that is you are tightening the bolt. L stands for loosening, that is you are removing the nut. C stands for cutting, surface treatments, uh, that is painting, etc. Then if you are inspecting, then that is M. Then if you are writing down, so that is record. And if you are thinking, and that is also T. So that is also considered. See how most, minutely they consider. So we will continue this next time. So thank you very much. If you have any doubt, you please ask.
सर फाइनल एग्जाम में कोई न्यूमेरिकल आएगा?
हेलो, हाँ बोला सर. हाँ हाँ, मागे जे केलेलं ते का? हाँ हाँ, ठीक आहे, चालेल, पाठवतो. हां, चालेल. आणि हे डिप्लोमाचा कुठला हा सब्जेक्ट आहे का अजून एक? अच्छा अच्छा. हां, अच्छा, झाली का ती एक्झाम? कुठल्या? हां हां, अच्छा अच्छा, ओके, अच्छा. आणि अगोदरची होती ती डिग्रीची होती ना? हां हां, ओके ओके, ठीक आहे, चालेल.